Dear viewers, in this video, I'll offer a detailed analysis of one of my portfolio stock. First, we'll understand what kind of business will do well in the coming months, and then obviously I'll offer the business overview of my portfolio stock, and then the fundamental strength, positives and negatives, and finally at the end of the video I'll share whether one should invest or not and points to remember before investing in the stock. I am Prasenjit Paul, author of the best-selling book How to Avoid Loss and Earn Consistently in the Stock Market, which is translated in multiple regional language and still the highest rated book written by any Indian author in the Indian stock market. If you want to purchase the book, you can simply do so by visiting Amazon or Flipkart. Before purchasing, make sure to check the seller name as Paul Asset to get the updated and latest version of the book. By the way, the book was recently updated, so if you read the book around 3-4 years back, then you can again have a look at the book. First, let's have a look what kind of business can do well in the coming few months. So as of now, we have multiple challenges, global and domestic challenges. First of all, as we all know that oil and gas price are on the rising trend since the Russia and Ukraine conflict. And due to the increasing oil and gas price, Europe is staring at recession. Not only Europe, the American economy, the US economy is not doing that much great. And back in India, if you are coming back to India, as you can see, since the last many months, both inflation and interest rate is on the upward trend. So in such situation, in such a challenging macroeconomic environment, we need to focus on domestic consumption business where the demand is not affected by the external macroeconomic factors. Over the next few months, my focus will remain to the domestic consumption story, the business, those are not affected by any kind of external situation, maybe even if the Russia-Ukraine war escalated, or if Europe really face recession, or maybe whatever the deteriorating situation happens in America or China, the business shouldn't get affected. And this is why I have zeroed in a company, I have selected the company named Varun Beverage. First, let's understand what does Varun Beverage do. Well, so Varun Beverage holds exclusive selling rights of the PepsiCo brands in Indian subcontinent, means in India, Sri Lanka and then Nepal. Now we all know that PepsiCo and Coca-Cola, these two are global brands, these two are biggies in the soft drinks market. So under PepsiCo brand, we have drinks like Pepsi, then 7-Up, then Mirinda, then there's also Slice mango juice, then there is also Aquafina drinking water bottle, and then there's also recently released energy drink called Sting. So Varun Beverage, starting from manufacturing, bottling, supply chain management and sales, Varun Beverage handles the entire portfolio of Pepsi in India. As you can understand that soft drinks is such a product that a consumption won't be affected due to any external global factors. So those who consume like Pepsi, Coke or whatever the soft drinks, so those who consume will continue to consume irrespective of whether the Ukraine-Russia conflict or like the recession in Europe or whatever be the external factor. So it's purely a domestic consumption story that attracts me a lot. Now we'll understand the fundamental business strength of Varun Beverage. Before that, I want to remind you, like, you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram for multiple updates. My profile link of Twitter, Facebook and Instagram is in your screen. Do follow me for multiple updates related to the stock market and investment. Now let's understand the fundamental strength of the business. So first of all, as I have discussed, the steady demand of the product. So the soft drinks is such an attractive segment that the demand remains steady irrespective of the external macroeconomic events. The second point, the most attractive point, is the capacity expansion plan. See, Varun Beverage till date was mainly concentrated in the northern India market. But since the last 2-3 years, they are focusing more on the southern India, western India and the eastern India, the unpenetrated market. For example, recently they have expanded capacity in Bihar, and although they initially intended to utilize the capacity over a period of 2-3 years, but within 1 year itself, the capacity was fully utilized. So it simply means there is enough demand for their product. The capacity expansion is also visible in their financial numbers. Since the last 5 years, if you check the CAGR of profit, you will find the profit is growing at a CAGR of around 27%. Not only that, since the last many years, return on equity and return on capital employed remains more than 18%, which again shows us the management efficiency. And another interesting point, despite expansion and all, debt to equity ratio is on a declining trend. Since the last 3-4 years, every year we have noticed significant decrease in the debt to equity ratio, which means the balance sheet is getting stronger and stronger with every passing year. Remember, December is the weakest quarter. December quarter means October, November and December period is normally the weak period for any soft drinks brand, because as we all know, like in the summer months, people consume more cold drinks in the summer months. So this is why in October, November, December, every year in this quarter, the company experienced muted performance. However, this year it can be different, because right now, not only this Pepsi, Mirindas and 7-Up, the company diversified into multiple other brands, like the first of all, the energy drink called Sting. So Sting, as per the ground report, what I noticed is it is one of the top selling energy drinks right now. The market which was earlier dominated by Red Bull, now Sting make a significant dent on this market. And due to Sting alone, I am expecting this year, the December quarter result, the company might report much better performance compared to the previous few years. Another interesting point that I noticed, if you look at the stock price chart of Varun Beverage, since its listing in 2016 to till date, the stock price never ever corrected by more than 20%, irrespective of anything. It corrected more than 20% only once during the COVID period, during February-March 2020, and obviously that's an exception, because during that period, each and every stock corrected no matter what. So apart from that, in the last many years, since 2016 to 2022, the stock price never ever corrected more than 20% from its peak, irrespective of the correction of Sensex or Nifty or the indices. So it clearly shows the strength, of the company, the long-term bullishness of the company. Next, we'll move forward to the negatives, and finally, whether one should invest or not, and points to remember before investing. Before that, I'd like to share the platform TickerTape helped me a lot to analyze Varun Beverage and also other companies. This is TickerTape platform. Now let's search Varun Beverage, VVL short name. So here is the detailed page. So as you can see that as I have pro membership activated, so it's a quick investment checklist. It is showing that the default probability, low probability of default in the next 12 months, satisfactory performance, growth score, everything is all good. Now the most attractive part, the best part that I find is the forecast feature, which is available obviously under the pro membership, which is actually the summarized form of multiple analyst rating. As it is visible that it is, as of today, 87% analysts have suggested that investors can buy this stock, and the price forecast is also here. There is a higher range, median range and low range. Not only that, it also offers the revenue forecast and earning per share forecast. These two things I find it more beneficial, because after my personal research, what I noticed that my forecast also matched with this forecast, the revenue and earning per share, whatever the forecast it is showing here. Not only that, you also have all the other features like financials, peers analysis, holding, news and events. And apart from that individual stock analysis, they also have multiple interesting features like the advanced stock screener, advanced mutual fund screener, there's a market mode analysis, then there are bulk deal, and also there are some educational content. So since the last many months I am enjoying TickerTape Pro membership. You can also check the same. You can simply click the link given below in the description box and you can get the membership at discounted rate. So go and check it out. Now, what are the negatives? Obviously, the first negative is competition. We all know that globally, PepsiCo and Coca-Cola, these two companies are actually dominate the soft drinks market. But despite that, and this domination it's not a new, like these two players are dominating since the last many decades. But in India, nowadays, a lot of small companies, regional players are attempting to crack the soft drinks market. Many companies failed. Even Patanjali once upon a time also attempted to crack the market, but they failed. But nevertheless, if in future, if any such regional player dent these big players, then that can be a cause of concern. The second negative is change in consumer preference. See, nowadays, a lot of people, mainly those who are in the metro cities, they are preferring healthy lifestyles and they are advocating to avoid the soft drinks. My personal guess is, even if the soft drinks or the cold drinks consumption lowers down in the metro city, that will be surely compensated from the rural consumption, because still right now there is not 100% penetration in rural areas. So although in metro you will find Pepsi, Coca-Cola everywhere, but if you just move to tier 3 cities or maybe like villages, then still today you won't get this Pepsi, Coke and all. So obviously still there is a lot of room to grow in the Indian market because there is still an unpenetrated market. So I believe such negatives will be compensated by the huge growth room ahead. Now, the most important question, should I invest or not, or the points to remember before investing? See, as of today, I have Varun Beverage in my personal portfolio and I intend to hold the share. But in future, if any sudden negative development happens, I might change the mind, and in such case, I'll notify to the members of our Follow My Portfolio service and the YouTube subscription, because the stock is shared in Follow My Portfolio and YouTube subscription as well. Before investing, you also need to remember, or you also need to understand your risk appetite. See, personally, I can bear 20, 30, 40, 50% loss in my personal portfolio. That's not an issue for me. But it might happen, different investors have different kind of risk appetite. It might happen even a 20% loss can look big in your overall portfolio. So this is why before investing, understand your risk appetite and prepare your own entry and exit strategy. Never ever invest blindly. Personally, I never force anyone to buy or sell any kind of stocks. Always remember that it's your money. So buying and selling is your own responsibility, as well as profit and loss. All these are your responsibility only. So never ever invest blindly on any stock. Before investing, do some personal homework and have a clear entry and exit strategy to safeguard your investment. Feel free to share your views about Varun Beverage in the comment section, or what do you think, what kind of shares will perform good in the coming days. You can also share your views. If you have any questions or if you want any specific kind of videos in the upcoming days from my side, then also comment. And finally, if you learned something new from this video, make sure to press the like button and share this video among your friends and family. And to receive my upcoming videos, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification icon from your device. That's all as on today. I'll come with another insightful video on coming days. Till then, happy investing.